scenes. Film threat, we keep it real. Dive into the stories, you know the deal. Turn the fun, it's the place to be. Movie lovers gather round. 1, 2, 3. From blockbusters to indie gold. Oh yeah, Chris and Alan break the mold. Pop your corn, turn down the lights. Get ready to groove through movie nights. Film threat, we keep it real. Dive into the stories, you know the
Welcome
deal.
everyone.
Turn the fun,
Happy
it's the place to be.
Friday.
Movie lovers gather
That's
round.
right.
1, 2,
Film
3.
Threat is back with the redesigned logo, friendly to everyone. Everyone is welcome. All are included. Today on the show, we're going to have, I don't know, let's see. We've got an interview, lots of reviews. Alaning is here and he's waiting in the wings. So let's start the show. It's and I am back, folks. I am back. So let's get things started. Let's go. I don't see him. Let me see here.
Hello, Chris, Alan, and all the Film Threat movie fans. Enjoy today's movie news and reviews.
That's not all for today, folks. We have a great show.
Wow.
What
the hell
is that about?
What was that?
Oh my God. I don't know. Look, I'm a little off. I was sick on actually Tuesday. I had just a horrible fever for like 2 days. I was bedridden, man. It was weird.
I wonder if we
So-
got it at okay. I wonder if we got in DC.
Probably not. No,
Yeah.
I was back
Yeah,
from that.
I caught a cold at DC and so I've been fighting that.
Yeah.
But,
Mine wasn't a cold. A cold I can handle. Whatever. Sniffles. That's fine.
Yeah.
No, I had a really bad fever, so kind of
Yeah.
sucked.
It was a K-pop demon virus.
Yes, it was K-pop demon virus. That
Yeah.
makes sense. But we have a lot of news. We've got a couple interviews today and a lot of movies to review. We've got some really bad movies to talk about.
Oh no.
And some actually like I'd say like probably two good, really good films.
Yeah.
Two good ones and crap.
By the way, people are saying that you're coming in fuzzy. I should let everyone know though. I'm actually streaming to you thanks to Elon Musk. I'm on the Starlink satellite and just testing out for today.
Am I
but-
fuzzy?
I don't know.
You look
What's
great.
weird is because your camera in the green room looks good, but when it's broadcast on the StreamYard, it looks weird.
It does.
Yeah.
Cool. Should I reboot
Right.
my computer?
It's weird because you were once you back out, then come back in
Okay.
and see
I'll
if that
see you
works.
in a sec.
All right. So either way, we got a couple. Let's go to your comments here while we wait for Chris. Here we go. Buttery God for 2. Leave crackers alone. Yeah, I like crackers. Christopher Moonlight Production. Welcome back, Chris. Okay, I'll save that one for Chris. Bruce Leroy Jenkins. We need Alan sitting on a chair in that new logo. I know. It's like if we're going to parody a logo, why are we doing the new woke version? Let me see. And then also, oh yeah, bring that back up. Here we go. Single guy cooking 2010. Sure, just leave Alan alone. Nothing will go wrong. There you go. You look better.
Better. Okay, great.
Yeah. Okay.
That's great. Okay. All right. Well, hello everybody. I'm glad to be back. Thank you. But we have a lot to get to. So let's do it. Alan, you are a man who is religious, a man of faith,
Yes.
but you're also a man,
Okay.
which means you like boobs.
Yes.
Would you say those two statements are correct and can coexist?
Yeah.
I mean, if
like,
you think about it, God created, they always say God created man, but God created woman too, which means God made boobs.
Yes, that's right. God, of all the glorious things God has created, the boob is number one.
Well, our friend Tim Chismer, who's that guy makes a movie, like he makes a movie a year. He's very prolific.
Yeah.
And he has the trailer for his new movie called Naked as Created.
I gotta say this about Tim, but he alternates. One movie, his entire cast is fully clothed, and in the next movie, his entire cast is completely naked.
Well, he assures me that this trailer has no nudity. It's safe for work. And it's about the Pastor Jim story.
Oh, I think
you want to watch this trailer?
Yeah, I believe this is an actual documentary.
Yes. So let's take a look at this. I have not seen this. I'm going to react live, but I'll bail out if there's even a hint of nudity.
Yeah.
So here we go.
We're all family here, so I'll let you in on a little secret. I didn't always agree with the Bible. I didn't really believe everything the Bible had to say until I had to take a serious look at God's word on an issue that I thought was going to be a very easy question. What can I do for you?
I was hoping you can talk a family out of being nudists.
So, y'all are nudists, huh? I would like to take a...
Now, by the way, we learned at our panel at Comic-Con that nudists are a underrepresented group. You always hear about, this ethnicity or whatever, underrepresented. We learned nudists are underrepresented. This is a true story. All right, let's keep watching. Any comment, Alan?
I'm fascinated. Keep going.
Okay.
Week to do a full study of the Bible so that when I come back, I can give you God's word and not just my opinion.
Hey, look.
Well, I guess if we're going on the tour, then maybe we should dress the same.
You're not the first pastor to walk through these gates. You'd be surprised.
There are no gray areas here, Jim, or room for interpretation.
What about Genesis 2:25, and the man and his wife were both naked and were not ashamed?
Look, got a hot tip at lunch. I think there's a story in it.
What kind of story?
Fired for what?
Dad, did you really get fired?
Yep. But how did the elders even find out I went to the naturist resort?
Congratulations, babe. It's only been up 3.
Got to work on this sound mix. I can't hear what they're saying. With the music's a little high in the mix.
Yeah, well.
Can you understand them?
Kind of. I'm getting it. So.
All right, let's keep watching.
Hours, and it's already the second most viewed story we've ever had.
I just say I don't want to see any of these people naked. Like all the people we've seen, every single one. I don't want to see a single one of these people naked. This is like, it kind of reminds me of the Whack Pack on Howard Stern. I mean, pour one out for his career, but
well, I mean, I think that's the
I don't know
point.
what to say.
I think the point is that if you're a nudist, it's normal, and you're not everyone's a hot model. Objects of desire. It's just, I think that's part of the point.
Okay, let's keep going.
So create your own church.
the music is just too loud for you.
Okay, so I'll just say this: if this comes out from Angel Studios, I'll watch it. I'll watch it. Why not? Why not?
Yeah. I mean, what story would Angel Studios tell that needed to have its first boob to appear on screen?
What's it gonna take?
What's it gonna
take?
I'm sure there's a story out there that says tells Angel Studios, look, it's vital. A boob must pop out.
Now, Alan, you know Star Wars is something we occasionally discuss on this show, but Mark Hamill recently reveals the Star Wars change he hated. I know you have the story. I'll bring it up on screen. And he's, well, look, he talks on video about this. So let's just,
I don't have the story.
Let's just play the video. Here, okay, here we go. They're calling him Star Wars legend, Mark Hamill. Let's see what he has to say here. And we'll play it. Tour for Life with Chuck. But I knew about that. That's a piece of Star Wars lore people don't know. In the original script, Luke was Luke Starkiller, not Skywalker. And Lucas, for some reason, made the change. I like that. That's a it's nice to hear a story involving Mark Hamill. When I see a Mark Hamill story, I'm always like, no, what did he do? What did he do?
What did Trump do now?
What did Trump do that Mark Hamill is talking about? But that was nice.
Yeah.
Hey, Disney's Boy Trouble. Not what you think, Alan. Not what you think. But this is a story that the mainstream media seems to have just discovered.
Will we be touched by this story?
Well, let me just say that, don't even, there are too many jokes, easy jokes you can make. But from Variety, Disney's Boy Trouble Studio seeks original IP to win back Gen Z men amid Marvel Lucasfilm struggles. Disney bought Lucasfilm specifically to get boys. And on their heels. I mean, Star Wars is more for brunette white women, frankly, and Marvel has been feminized. So I don't know. You already got them. You've got two of the biggest male-centric brands, and you ruined it. Alan, what is in this story?
Yes. Well, Disney's Boy Trouble. Disney, long the king of the box office, is facing a surprising new challenge, winning over Gen Z men ages 13 to 28. According to Variety, studio leadership has been pressing filmmakers for original concepts to lure this audience, including splashy global adventures and treasure hunts, as well as seasonal fare-like films for the Halloween corridor. The movie highlights Disney's growing struggle with the demographic that has been increasingly fueled rival studio hits. Gen Z men described in studios as lonely gaming obsessed. They shaped by the pandemic era isolation are proving tough to reach. And Disney's traditional offering. Wow. Marvel and Lucas, once reliable engines for the male audience, are faltering. Fantastic Four First Steps failed to meet expectations, while Star Wars has gone 7 years without a theatrical release. The superhero genre sheds audiences by the minute. The task of course correction largely falls on David Greenbaum, appointed in 2024 to head Disney's live action, and his new hire, Daria Sirchek, who previously oversaw male-driven hits like Sonic the Hedgehog and A Quiet Place. Their challenge is reviving a label that hasn't delivered a male-targeted blockbuster since Pirates of the Caribbean nearly a decade ago. Disney's last attempt, a costly Indiana Jones reboot, barely broke even. Meanwhile, competitors have thrived by capturing Gen Z males through gaming and viral culture. Warner Brothers' Minecraft movie is approaching $1 billion, fueled by nostalgia and TikTok buzz. By comparison, Disney's $1.5 billion investment in Fortnite gives it character integration, but crucially no film rights to the property. Market share underscores the pressure. Disney commands 10% of the Gen Z ticket buyer, on par with Sony and Paramount, but trails Warner Brothers by 2 points and slightly ahead of Universal. When Disney continues to dominate globally, a billion-dollar hit like Lilo and Stitch and Avatar, Fire and Ash, its grip on young men is slipping. CEO Bob Iger recently acknowledged relying on familiar IP is no longer enough. Priority is to put out great movies. One rival studio executive bluntly put it, I never thought I'd say it, but it looks like Disney is going to have to start trying.
Well, here's the thing. Let me be very blunt. And let me share something that I tweeted out more than 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
More than 2 years ago. And I quote tweeted this story on X. Disney turning Star Wars from a boy brand into a girl brand will prove to be the costliest decision in movie history. And I put in parentheses Marvel to include that. You
lost friends over that one.
I lost friends. I had friends say, I'm not going to defend you. I'm like, it's not your job to defend me. We can be friends and have different opinions. You and I have different opinions on many issues. We're still friends. Well, we work together. So I don't know. The friend part,
Yeah, quite frankly, I was offended by this.
Yes, exactly. I'm just saying that you have to agree with everything your friends believe in. That's a kind of a small-minded thing. But anyways, setting that aside, I hate to tell you this, and it ties in with let me scroll up the thing. Oh, we'll touch on this briefly. The Cracker Barrel situation.
Yes.
They took sort of Southern kitsch because to people in Hollywood and elites, when you say Southern, they think racism. But Cracker Barrel was a brand people loved. It's Southern kitsch. It's biscuits and
quite frankly, it's Americana.
It's Americana. That's right. And they took the cracker and the barrel out of the logo and they made it freaking generic.
Mm-hmm.
And to follow suit, you know what? We'll just do the same thing. Why not? There it is. Film threads.
Beautiful.
We're going full Cracker Barrel. But what I'm saying about all this is it's the gentrification, the blanding of everything. And I hate to tell you, but when it comes to Star Wars is a very male brand, you need plenty of talented women contributed to making Star Wars. But you gotta have a lot of male energy.
Yeah.
There were more men than women worked on Star Wars. When it came to the creation of the Marvel comics, there were more men that worked on Marvel Comics. It would be like if they put a bunch of men in charge of a women's cosmetic company. You wouldn't do that. You would put women and probably gay men in charge of a women's cosmetic company or a women's fashion brand. You can't sell something you don't yourself love. If you're going to sell something, you need to love it yourself. And I think putting Kathleen Kennedy in charge, mistake.
We ran the story last week with the advice Ron Howard got from George Lucas.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which was
remember your audience is 12-year-old boys.
That's it. Remember your audience is 12-year-old boys. Okay. But a lot of the decision makers in marketing, in PR, in casting, these are key positions, are women. And it appears as if there's a lot of compromises that are now expected, such as female Silver Surfer, right? How these compromises happen. You're now like expected to make these compromises. Go fully male. We're going to talk about a movie later on the show today that is mostly a male cast, got a lot of male energy, and it's awesome. guess what movie it's going to be. We'll talk about it. But too late, Disney. You have built an infrastructure that has made it impossible to do what you're asking. You want movies for boys and men? You can't do it. Too many key decision makers, HR, casting, lower level producers, too many people, executives, too many people with power don't understand. Male energy is not welcome at Disney. Clearly. I don't think it's possible. Good luck. It's time to move on.
Yeah, but what was the point in buying Marvel in the first place? You know, Disney for its at that point 70 years was a girls brand, you know, Disney princesses. That's fine. They succeeded in that. But they realized they needed to attract boys. They needed to attract boys and young men. And so they purchased Marvel. I remember when the purchase was made, that was the discussion, is we need to reach out to a broader audience. And by buying Marvel, that allowed Disney to reach out to the young boy audience. And they decided, okay, let's now that we've got some success, let's enfold it back into Disney's primarily girl brand.
I just think because of the way the company is structured that they can't do what they want to do because of all the elements in between.
Also, I think they're afraid of backlash, of internet backlash.
They're
afraid of the audience that isn't consuming their product.
Right. They're afraid of the 300 people on X that will leave mean comments. Yeah. You need to make your movies unapologetically. Let's go to comments here.
All right. Christopher Moonlight Productions. Welcome back, Chris. Just in time for part 3 of my AI and creativity article series. Read it after the show. Yes. Christopher is he's on part 3 of his series on AI over at filmthreat.com, and he's making the case for AI, and so it's well worth the read. Bruce Leroy Jenkins for 2. Chris, did do a stroke check? Say prostitute.
Whore.
Okay, good. The Skeleton King for 2. Chris, you look different from the other day.
I don't know. I don't know. I think my hair is all messed up.
Yeah, well, your face was a little bit longer. You had a little. Okay, we're talking about Wednesday. Press M to start for 2. Chris, what's your favorite song from K-pop Demon Hunter?
Soda Pop. I'm more of a Saja Boys guy.
I know. I was gonna say that too. Press M to start also wants to know: is it true Honey Don't has graphic, pointy finger okay sign scenes?
Yes, we'll get to it.
You'll get to it. Charles Lobel Dot for 5 pounds. Hey, Chris and Alan, looking for work experience in film review and journalism. Did you see my email? Yes, I did, and it is going to our one of our editors, Brad Gibson, who will reach out to you. Lord Comet for 5. I've been your friend / pal for 12-ish years. Chris Gore. We don't always agree, but doesn't change my stance on anything. Miss me?
Of course. I like disagreement. It's you have an opportunity to learn or have your mind changed or solidify your position.
Yeah. Buttery God for 5. It does not make sense. Business should be unique to sell. Trying to fit in puts one in the crowd. Yeah, you're a small fish in a very large pond. Waddle D's nuts for $4.99. Chris, they tried to appealizing to boy brands nearly 25 years ago. And they still failed. Tarzan, Hercules, Max, and Goofy all failed to last. Matthew Hammond for 2. Is the rumor true? Skydance interest in Warner Brothers? I doubt it.
I doubt that.
ADLS 24. Did you know that under his clothes, Jesus was naked? He was also born that way.
Everyone is. Everyone is. Hey, so I should.
But you know what could cure his nakedness? Since we didn't bring it up earlier today.
What?
Never mind. Go ahead.
We should. I should talk about briefly K-pop Demon Hunter. Sing-along review. Lori, if you would get a poster for that. Sorry, I'm adding the.
Yeah.
We have a lot of films to review.
Right.
So we should get to those.
Yeah. But you want to talk about the event where you got deathly ill?
Yes, that's probably where I got deathly ill. One last news story and we'll get to reviews. And let's do we have to change this really quickly, Alan. We'll just take
I wish
a
I knew
second.
what you're doing.
Yeah, same.
You go. Where shall I go? What shall I do?
Frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn. Do you remember when I said that to you?
Yeah, no, but
hey, another quick thing also, I will be at Dragon Con next week, actually a week from today. I will be there and I'm doing like 700 panels. So much so you can barely read them, this panel schedule. I did post on my social media. I'll also post on Instagram. See if you can show up at one of these. I'll be at Dragon Con. So it should be a lot of fun. I love it. I wish you would love it, Alan. It's like, I call it nerdy gras. It's nerdy gras.
Believe me, I would love to go one day.
Yeah, cool. All right, one last news story before we get to our reviews, and we are going to rapid fire these because we have 2 back-to-back interviews. But here we go. The summer box office is quickly turning south. Alan, I know you have notes for this story. I'll bring it up. It's from the Hollywood Reporter. Dive in, if you will.
Yeah, so the summer 2025 box office failed to deliver the major comeback Hollywood hoped for with Kryptonite. A lack of true breakout hits, dragging totals below expectations. Hopes were high after a strong spring where Minecraft and Lilo and Stitch helped Q2 quarter soar 37% above 2024. And fuel a record Memorial Day weekend. Jurassic Park Rebirth also drove a strong 4th of July. Momentum collapsed by mid-August. The season's supposed heavy hitters underperformed, especially James Gunn's Superman, and Fantastic Four's First Steps. Superman hit just 600 million, while ComScore notes pre-pandemic a superhero pick could easily hit $1 billion. Fantastic Four fizzled, failing to sustain late summer revenue. The result, 2025 box office is now tracking at $3.75 billion, barely above 2024, but at 8.4% below 2023. A mark boosted by the Barbenheimer phenomenon. Analysts point to a fundamental shift. Audiences are no longer showing up for superheroes as they once did. No film besides Lilo and Stitch joined the $1 billion club this year. I'm more shocked than anyone else that we're not going to resoundingly surpass the $4 billion collected in 2023, says ComScore's Paul Dergarabedian.
Sure, that's good, Alan.
Yeah, there we go. Yep.
Cool. So look, they said it. Superman underperformed. Fantastic Four fizzled. I do like alliteration. I'm a fan of alliteration. I know, maybe cheap. But the summer box office was underwhelming. And movies expected to soar failed to. Is this a case of duh? What do you think, Alan?
What do I think? The implication is it's our fault that we are not going to theaters like we used to. It's true, but it's not because we don't like going to movies anymore.
I love going to movies. I
I
go
love
at
going.
least once a week.
I mean, personally, I go every week, but that's kind of my job as well. But you blaming us, or you blaming the crap that's being put out? Are you blaming the fact that after the strike, you're still in ramp up mode? You're making movies too fast, and so the quality control goes down. And then you have the big studios who have no idea how to make a movie for a broad audience. And so what? It's our fault? You're going to blame us. Great job. Again, I'm saying this week after week. Hollywood is learning the wrong lessons.
Well, there have been some surprises. I think Sinners was a surprise.
Mm-hmm.
Weapons, also a surprise. Did not, expect those to be standouts based on their budgets.
Right.
I think the risk is so big at this point, and we need more medium, like small movies under 50 mil, comedies that do well. Some tried and true genres have kind of gone away. I think Naked Gun I thought would do much better. But we need more of those. We need like 5 good comedies over the summer. 1 will be a breakout hit. 2 will do okay, and the others will bomb, and that's fine. When you make it for cheap.
That's the way it used to be in the 80s and the 90s.
It used to be that every weekend you go, there was, what flavor of movie do I want? Do I want a comedy, a teen sex comedy, romantic comedy, or a romance, sincere romance, a drama, some spectacle, something sci-fi? There was something for everyone. And now it's everything is for everyone. And that's not what people want. That's generic. That's the new Cracker Barrel. You can't make a movie that is the new Cracker Barrel and make it for everyone. That doesn't work. So, anyways.
Yeah, but I mean, again, the studio's just going to sit back and saying, well, people are just not going to movies anymore. And which is, again, what I'm saying is they're blaming us for this. And they're learning the wrong lesson. It's their fault. They're not. They have no idea anymore how to make a good movie. The best movies coming out so far are by filmmakers who make good movies. Ryan Coogler. We got Weapons there. You need to give movies back to filmmakers and not keep studio involvement out of it as much as you can.
Yeah. Let's go to comments here.
Aaron Pipes 76 for 5. Boy Trouble. So did they find out about Egel's Nude House Boys or KK's Boy Toy? I have no idea what that. Oh, Iger? Maybe this is what we say. Tim is not funny. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles on the big screen at Burbank was a great time with nearly full theater. Holds up and then some.
Love that.
Yeah, you play a good movie at a movie theater and people show up. Weird. Sir Dirty Dog, does summer always have to be about superhero flicks? What about F1 and Weapons?
Yeah, 2 of the best of the summer, in my opinion.
Yeah. And Tim is not funny. They're continuing to give F1 more IMAX screens this week because it's slow and F1 rips. I'll see that again this weekend. Saint Solomon, I enjoyed Superman and Fantastic Four, but F1 was the movie of the summer.
I agree. And Weapons, I would add that. All right, Alan, it's time for us to do reviews. Let's get those posters queued up. And let's get them queued up.
Uh-huh.
And while you're doing that, I'm gonna wait, I'm not ready. I'm not ready. What are you doing?
It's like, while I'm saying things, you should put the
Come on!
poster
I
up.
don't understand. I could have had class. I could have been a contender. I could have been somebody. Instead of a bum, which is what I am. Let's face it.
You're calling me a bum?
No, I think you were calling me a bum.
Hey, we've got a lot of films to review. Like I said, at least 2 maybe 3 good ones in here, some bad ones too. Alan, you saw Stalkers. Tell me about it.
Yeah, so Stalkers, like I said, I think we wanted to talk about some indie films that are out on VOD. Stalkers is one of those. It's a nice thriller indie horror film. Opens up like a Hallmark movie. A father and mother and their daughter having a great time at dinner. You know, little back and forth here, but they love each other. And dad goes off to the garage where he gets brutally murdered. And then the stalker comes in and brutally murders the mother, only for the daughter to see her dead parents. And so now she's orphaned. But one of the CPS workers says, hey, by the way, I don't know if you knew this, but you're adopted. And so I think the best thing we can do is find your real mother and see if she'll take you in. And so now we cut to a strip club where the real mother is dancing on the pole. I'm sorry, she's not a strip club. She's on a porn set. She's about ready to do her scene. A producer says, hey, you got what it takes to be a great porn star. Why don't you come back into my room and let's discuss it. And so she quickly realizes that she just needs a break from the porn industry. And a phone call comes and says, hey, your daughter has been orphaned, the one that you gave up a long time ago. Can you come and take care of her? And so she drives back to her hometown, takes in the daughter who never knew she had a porn star mother and a porn star who realized she had a daughter, and the two need to kind of work things out. But the stalker killer is still out there, and that's kind of the story here. It's just very by the book serial killer horror. It's a whodunit. Who these people are doing it, and of course, at one point, there are teens who basically loses something, and in the process of losing that thing, it gets murdered. So if this is our indie spotlight for the week. A nice little tight story here. We talked about it. It's led by women, a lot of women in it, because women like horror films, and this falls right in line.
All right.
Yeah.
So do you recommend it?
I recommend it.
Let's go to comments.
All right. Garth Knight Returns looks like early to mid 2000s Friday night rental. Yeah.
I like movies like that, though.
Yeah, honestly, those need to come back. Let's just say that. Killer Mike G. Correction. You had me at Porn Star Mom.
Oh,
yeah.
no.
I mean, it's just so layered with that. It's not like, okay. ADL's 24. The 90s called It Wants Its Movie Back. Again, what's wrong with 90s movies?
I love 90s movies.
Yeah. I think most of us could make 90s movies.
Let's go on to our next film review, which is hey, let's talk about Honey Don't from writer-director Ethan Coen.
Can I just say something about this? This movie starts a brand new genre of movie, and it's called lesbian noir.
Lesbian noir, that's what it is. Margaret Qualley plays Honey O'Donoghue. She's a private investigator, PI. She gets hired by various people to, find out, is my spouse cheating? What's going on? Find someone missing, etc. She interacts with the police. Charlie Day plays Marty, a detective who kind of has a crush on Honey, even though she keeps telling him, I'm into girls. No matter how many times she says it, Marty doesn't believe her. In any case, a client of hers, someone who was about to be a client, ends up dead. She's kind of curious why this happened. Goes to the local police, runs into Marty, no help. Runs into MG Falcone, played by Aubrey Plaza, and she aids her in one way or another. They meet at a bar, and what happens at the bar between Aubrey Plaza, the character MG, and Margaret Qualley, Honey, is full-on sex scene in a bar. They're in a bar doing things. very uncomfortable. And I'll just say this, the mystery gets even more convoluted when the girl who turned up dead, she visits her parents, and her parents discover this lingerie she didn't know she had, kind of fetish lingerie, very risque. She goes to visit Reverend Drew, played by Chris Evans, who's a total dirtbag, running drugs behind the scenes. He's under pressure from the French who want their money. A bad dude, overall bad dude. And I'll just say this. This is your, it's by the numbers. We've seen it before, a PI film. We've not really seen it with a lesbian, hence lesbian noir. I think what this is a really great character in a shitty movie, because Margaret Qualley as Honey O'Donoghue, she's really interesting. She always wears these clickety clackety heels wherever she goes. She's got a quip. She's tough, but not in a girl boss way. But the movie lost me when her sister's daughter, her niece, gets beaten by her boyfriend. She goes to the boyfriend's house and basically is violent with him and threatens him. She looks at his truck. He has a truck that has a MAGA sticker on it. She takes a bumper sticker out of her glove box, slaps it over the MAGA sticker, and it says, "I have a vagina and I vote." That's where the movie lost me. A really good character, a terrible script, a dumb story. There's a twist at the end that is so unbelievable turn. It was laughable. And the movie's 89 minutes, meaning they cut this down to the most watchable version. Or the version
89 minutes too long.
It was 89 minutes too long. Great character, bad movie. Can't recommend it. Alan, what did you think?
Yeah, this is a really bad movie. Let me get to your point about the MAGA sticker. I believe this movie exists solely as catharsis for Ethan Cohen, because he hates Christians and he hates conservatives who voted for Trump. And this movie it just felt like it was his venom is being spewed all throughout it. And that I hope after making this movie, he feels better. Because, religion, the Chris Evans character is just foul. It's just a person who hates these, these conservative Christian televangelists. It just says nothing nice about it. There's a point where Billy Eichner, his partner, is murdered, is killed. And Honey says, maybe you should consult your God or something like that. And then he just gives her this death stare because he hates Christians. That's the thing. But okay, fine. Have your opinion, have your political opinion, make your movie, whatever. The reason this movie fails is because there's a murder mystery, but the murder mystery really is only backseat to the story of Honey O'Donoghue. Each scene is basically a scene that you would put in a murder mystery, but it's really about two weird characters interacting with each other.
Yeah.
Who cares? Who cares what happened in the murder? In fact, by the end of the movie, you're going to forget that she's even investigating a murder. Like Fargo, it's just a series of interesting, quirky characters interacting with each other, trying to solve a murder. In this one, it's just about weird characters. The upside of the movie is there are a lot of boobs in this movie. In fact, not only that, boobs from our leading cast, and which is great and amazing. So, look, if you like boobs, maybe you'll give this one a shot, because a lot of times these movies will play around, kind of like tease you with it, but no, they're out there and they're for your enjoyment. So, a hard no on this one, except for the boobs.
I would say it's a no, but maybe a half-mast no. Yeah, pass on this film. Quick
Look,
comments.
everyone. Yeah, in fact, everyone on this poster is you. You see their boobs.
Yes, including Chris Evans.
Lore comment for 2, lesbian noir, or as I call it, a scissor flick. Killer Mike G for 5. If it was the 70s, might be a great exploitation film, but today's writers/directors have no clue how to make them genre or any film, it seems. Marcus Spin over on Rumble says for 2, Drive Away Dolls 2. Yeah, she's the exact same character in Drive Away Dolls.
Yep.
Mad Dog for 499. Watching Lonesome Dove. Yeah, talk about nudity. Would you say read the book even after watching? I just don't understand the character journey genre has dyed its labels now. Yeah, we can't create characters anymore. ADL's 24. Shocker, the man of faith is a dirtbag. Olo Lee Ukui, we had lesbian noir with Bound. No, you can't create a genre from one movie. You need 2 movies. So now we have lesbian noir. Gary's Burnt Horse. Is this the gayest movie of summer 2025? Yes.
Yes, 100%.
I would say 80% of the characters in this movie are gay.
Let's move on to our next film.
He likes dick.
Well, that's actually not in the order, but that's okay. They're in a certain order. I thought we were going by the order. That's I put in the note in the private chat. Well, let's go there. Hey. Primitive War is from director Luke Spark, an Australian director. And this is the movie that Jurassic World should have always been. This is a hard R-rated dinosaur movie. It's set in during the Vietnam War in the 1960s. Ryan Quanten plays a military guy sent out on a mission, on a rescue mission. But he goes into an area where there are dinosaurs. And it is filled with action, male energy, not retarded dinosaurs like that were in Jurassic World Rebirth, but like familiar dinosaurs, and even dinosaurs we have not seen, dinosaurs with feathers. Jeremy Piven is sending him. He kind of works for like a CIA type organization, sends him off on a mission. They run into Trisha Helfer, who has been stranded at a
Russian
base.
scientist.
She's a scientist who, she was part of the group that opened a portal that unleashed dinosaurs into Vietnam. And now we have the military, the U.S. military fighting dinosaurs. It's everything we've wanted to see Jurassic Park / Jurassic World evolve into. Really good effects for an indie. There are more action scenes in this than Jurassic World Rebirth. Much more. And characters die that you really like. Unexpected turns of events. Pterodactyls ripping apart entrails of humans. I mean, it's graphic. People who deserve to get what they deserve get it. I had a great time watching Primitive War. It's everyone I know who's seen it. I went to a screening on Monday. It was great. It was a premiere. There were a bunch of everyone was talking about it was better than the recent Jurassic World movie. I want to go into more detail, but Alan, what'd you think?
Yeah, I had a lot of fun with this too, and you're right. It is better than Jurassic World. I don't know. This is an indie film, but a very high budget indie film. There's a lot going on here, and for me, it was like, why can't Hollywood make these kind of movies? I think we're just too hung up on getting the message or falling within certain boundaries. This one crosses those boundaries. I do like the fact that there are dinosaurs all throughout this movie. I also like the fact that I think the coolest part of this movie is its swagger, because
Yes.
there are moments where it's like you're watching Apocalypse Now, but with dinosaurs.
Yes.
You're flying down a river and you see the boat there, and then you see dinosaurs on the side, and then you see them. It's like the Disney ride at Animal Kingdom. You're in your car, you look to the right and the left, and there's just dinosaurs, and the nice ones, and then the killers come. And I think I have one qualm with this. It's the whole collider thing. I didn't understand it. I didn't get it.
I didn't care.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Is I didn't care. I didn't care. I just wanted a good time, and I got a good time. I just, you throw something like out there, it's like, what the hell is that? But then dinosaurs start killing people.
Yeah, it's and look, it is hard R. This is not for kids. This is, I would say teens can handle it. Do not take kids to this movie.
Yeah,
it's a war movie with dinosaurs, and lots of people die, and they die in gruesome ways that you would not see it. The Jurassic Park movies are safe. They're safe studio movies. They spent almost 2 years on the effects. This thing is so ambitious. I actually don't know what the budget for this movie was.
The animation was quite good, and quite frankly, better than Jurassic Park.
Yes, the dinosaurs are more accurate, and it was every kind of like they're going down the river. There's a late night dark, scene with dinosaurs where you don't know where they are. There's scenes in a tunnel. There's scenes.
Here's the thing: Jurassic Park, where Jurassic Park as a franchise went wrong was when they couldn't just give you normal dinosaurs. They had to create mutated dinosaurs, thinking that that's what was going to bring juice back to the franchise.
But Jurassic Park as a franchise now is just generic. It's safe. It's for families. I mean, the last movie, I commented, when I saw that family, I said, not a single one of them will even get hurt. I was right.
Yeah.
When I saw them appear on screen. In this, shocking, the number of characters I grew to love that were met their demise.
Yeah. You mean if you make a movie about dinosaurs, there's danger involved?
Yes, there is.
There's life-threatening danger involved?
Yeah, so this is in limited release through Fathom Events. It's not at AMC Burbank. I thought it was. It's not. It's at the Santa Anita. So you really have to check.
Yeah, you have to
search
look
for the movie and look for it. So it's a Fathom Events thing, worth every penny. It lives up to the poster tagline. This ain't no walk in the park. I loved it. Everyone I talked to, that has seen it. So really get out there and support this. This is when we say we need an indie film movement. This is it. This is a big budget looking. Again, I don't know what the budget was. I can't think it was more than 100. Can't be more than 100 million.
Yeah.
But my God, every dollar is on screen. It's ambitious. It's fun. It never lets up. I was like, 2 hours and 15 minutes. Is it really? Oh man, it is like by the end, it's insanity. Helicopters and just it's like you pointed out, Apocalypse Now with dinosaurs. Just nuts.
Even with the music and the way that these are shot.
Oh, the music is so good. It's all from the era. So they spent money even on the music. So strong recommend. 9 out of 10. Go see it. This is what Jurassic World franchise wants to be.
Yeah.
Go see
and let me
the
correct
film.
you. I'll challenge the hard R. I think it's just R. I think you don't want to take kids
There's
to it.
at least one scene I would say is hard R.
Well, after I've seen Weapons, this is not a hard R.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. Okay. But it's R rated.
It's R rated. All right. Texas War Eagle 499. Thank God it's Friday, fellas. From a rainy Charleston, this movie makes me want a cinematic version of the old 90s arcade game, Primal Rage.
I love that game.
Nambaro.
Yes.
Nambaro Fugs Given has it. Fortunate Son playing at some time.
That song is in the movie.
Yep, it is. Stanley Shingleton. I love the smell of dinosaurs in the morning. Don Mack, 3K. Crichton's original Jurassic Park novel was full of dark R-rated violence, so it's about time someone made an R-rated dino movie. Even the first Jurassic Park is probably the most violent of all the Jurassic Park movies. Garth Knight Returns. Is Alan properly represented in this? Is the question. Yes, there's an Asian with lines.
So it passes the
the
Ing test.
Yeah.
Let's can't recommend this movie enough. So go see it, and we'll talk more about it next week, I'm sure. Let's get to our next film. Alan, did you see Relay?
Yes, I assumed you watched it too.
Yes, I did.
Okay.
Riz Ahmed stars in this thriller, along with Sam Worthington as the antagonist and Lily James as the victim. She has information from a company that makes the company look bad. She's being harassed by individuals, and she wants that problem to go away. So she contacts Riz Ahmed's character, and they use a relay, which is a system where you speak to people that may be disabled or hard of hearing. It's a system where, or maybe deaf, where you type in what you want to say to the other person, and a person in between communicates. And the relay cannot give up anything. And that's how they communicate, through this relay system for the deaf.
Yeah, it ensures anonymity and privacy.
Yes, so that's how they communicate. Of course, Riz Ahmed gets caught up and things go awry. This movie wants to be like a taut 70s thriller. I was underwhelmed, to be honest. There's a twist I didn't buy. I like Riz Ahmed. I do like him as an actor, but I just feel like the script was not strong enough. Great concept using the relay system, but in the end, I was bored by the end. Alan, what'd you think?
Yeah, just to clarify things. So the Lily James character is a whistleblower. She stole test results that could be damaging to a very high-powered company. And they began harassing her so much so that she just wants to give it back and get her life back. And that's where she employs Riz Ahmed, who facilitates that. There were interesting things. Let's just say that I had a decent time with the first two acts, because it's really about, all right, how does he use this relay system to stay anonymous? How does he outsmart these tech wizards, enforcers? And it's interesting. It's not the best that's ever been done, but it's interesting enough. If you like tech, if you ever watch these scammer videos on YouTube, it's sort of like that. And quite frankly, Lily James is fun to watch. She's very attractive, and that makes up for the second two half. Then the twist comes, and I totally bought out.
Yes,
not only that. Okay, you mentioned one twist. There's a second twist.
Oh yeah.
That just said, this is the dumbest movie I've ever seen. And look, the twist literally ruins the movie. And
it does. It ruined it for me. I walked out. I'm good.
Yeah. Everything that was built up to that twist is like, F this movie. And then I'm like, okay, maybe I'm being too hard. Maybe the story is not telling the ending that I want. And then the second twist happens, and I go, these people are stupid. These are morons. They had a great idea and they didn't know how to pull it off. And so, definitely a hard no on this movie.
Same. It's a hard no for me. So,
do you know the second twist I'm talking about?
Yes. You don't say it. It's a big spoiler.
I know. I won't say it, but I just want to make sure you know the point where I just really turned against the movie.
Yeah. Let's go to comments.
All right. Texas War Eagle for 199. Is this a silent movie? It's interesting that Riz doesn't speak for the first two acts.
Actually, I did like that. He literally says no words.
Yeah, that means he got a high pay grade for each word because there's very few. Mike MC Wong, I like the twist.
Well, there's something for
yeah,
everyone.
I guess, yeah.
Yeah.
But did you like the second twist?
No. Let's go to our next review. Hey, Devo. Are you a fan of Devo, Alan?
I was in the 80s.
Okay, well, I was a big fan in high school and through college. I've seen them in concert at their height. I love Devo. They were new wave, but they were like they were in a category by themselves of partially electronic music, but it was also performance art with their films. They were doing music videos and films way before even MTV was a thing. In the early days of MTV, like a Devo was on heavy rotation. I was a huge fan. I really did not know anything about the early beginnings. They obviously, I know they're from Akron, Ohio. They were championed by David Bowie, who helped produce their first album. He even introduced them at a concert in New York, and that footage is in the doc. The doc is playing on Netflix, by the way. It premiered this week. And it really got into like Mark Mothersbaugh and this whole group and how they kept it together. And it was like, I really didn't know. I just thought, I've always loved Devo. In fact, I saw Devo recently in Pasadena at Cruel World. This is a few months ago, back in May. I saw Devo. I was like, oh, I love Devo. Never knew anything about them. Their story is amazing. It really helps solidify, one, why I've always loved them, and two, why so many bands today are forgettable. There were ideas behind everything they did, the way they acted in interviews, their fashion choices, the ideas in their short films and their music videos, what they were trying to say. Whip It being a classic music video, you know, that was probably their biggest hit.
That is their biggest hit.
Yeah. And God, I love this doc. Just, it was like an opportunity to revisit a band I love from my high school years. And then also like learn like just where the philosophies came from, the de-evolution, Jocko Homo, like what society promised and what they actually delivered. This idyllic future, but then was corrupted by the present not living up, right? We were promised a retro future of tomorrow. We didn't get that. It's devolution. And also seeing Mark Mothersbaugh and the whole group like just evolve as artists, them being very, very aware of things they were saying, but they didn't really like push their political agenda so much, or at least I never felt that they did. They're like, the ideas are there. If you look for them, cool. If not, you can dance to our music. You pick which one. And I miss those kinds of bands that don't lecture at you, or tell you how to vote. I miss it. I miss that. And I miss bands like Devo. Cannot recommend it enough. It's on Netflix now. I don't know if it's number one in docs, but really it's one of the things that Netflix does consistently well are documentaries. So see it. Do not miss it. But did you see it?
No, I didn't see it. No,
that's okay. Now it's on your list.
Yeah, but I think it did come out of Sundance this year, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, I didn't go, but I'm so glad it ended up where a lot of people can see it. And then also it gets into like their final album. Like the studio hated it and wouldn't release their the record label was just like, yeah, we don't like this album. You can have it, and didn't release it. They kind of just stopped. They were like, I guess music goes through phases, and grunge was a thing in the 90s, and well, that was it. Their time had run. And then Mark, he started a company where they did movie soundtracks and TV soundtracks, And they did, of course, Rugrats, among so many others, Pee-wee's Playhouse, and continued to be an influence, just not as a band. But they still play. I mean, I saw them at Cruel World. So that's awesome.
Yeah. People are saying the best thing about Thor Ragnarok was the soundtrack.
Yes. Hey, let's go to comments.
All right, Texas War Eagle for 199. Mark Mothersbaugh helped lift Thor Ragnarok.
Yes, true.
AD Ellis, rarely referenced, but Devo's 2010 record was actually fantastic. Is that their last record?
I don't know. Not their last record they recorded in their heyday, but I'll have to check that out.
But did they say, did that album ultimately get released? That last one?
I don't remember. I don't remember.
Okay.
But...
All right. Is that it?
There are comments right there. You didn't read it.
Oh, okay. Sorry. This looked exactly like the last one. Velian 1. Love Devo. Such a great band. Saw them several times throughout the years. Jim Brownfield. Hey, Jim. Saw them at HBO's House of Blues at Downtown Disney. One of the best concerts I've ever seen. Couldn't speak or hear for 2 days.
I love that. I love that. Yeah, I go Cruel World. I never miss. I love that concert. It's like I see all my favorite bands. Now, hey, a quick recommend.
Yes.
K-pop Demon Hunters is on Netflix, and we already reviewed it, gave it a great review. But guess what? The sing-along version is in theaters this weekend, and I went to a special screening. I saw it on Netflix twice, and then got invited. Like, hey, we want to show you the sing-along version with all the words on the bottom of the screen. When I went to see it, oddly, they told us before the screening, get your phones out, record yourself singing. And I thought, oh God, first of all, to be clear, I went to the sing along. I did not sing.
Oh, boo.
No, I'm doing you a favor. I did not sing any of the songs. However, it was actually fun. I had fun. It was mostly a screening with kids and their parents. And I was there with a group of friends. Actually, maybe from Versus.
DA was there. He posted
DA was there. He posted something. And man, seeing this movie with a crowd singing, laughing at every small joke, or when Zoe is like listening to Soda Pop and she's like, yeah, and it's got a catchy tune. She's doing her shoulders like this, and then she kind of does a little smaller, she doesn't want to like it too much. Anyways, it was a blast in a theater. I can't tell you how much fun I had seeing this movie. It was so good. And what's funny is it was like a good, what it was? It was the environment was like, and I'm not saying this is a good thing. When people at Minecraft were filming themselves and the whole chicken jockey thing, I was annoyed because I wasn't into it. Being into it, it was just like, oh, I kind of like this. It's like Rocky Horror Picture Show, right? Like, and so I actually captured some of that. If you are a member of the channel, well, here, look, actually, you know what? We're live on our channel right now. If you're a member of the channel, we have our members only videos here. And EJ is one of the singers who also wrote some of the songs. And she came out and... So this is EJ at the special screening.
EJ, you're going up, up, up. It's your moment. I'm so sorry. I had to. But really, you've had such an incredible journey. We were chatting earlier, and it's just been such an amazing career trajectory to have. How does it feel right now to see this crowd and be at this point right now?
Oh my God. Oh my God, thank you guys so much. Like, I'm speechless. Like, this has all been insane, and I've been crying a lot. Cause like, oh, thank you guys so much. Love you guys so much too. Thank you so much for supporting.
It was just in a world where you and I, Alan, go to so many movies that are prequels and the seventh movie in a series, to see something original, like an original property, resonate this much with kids and their parents is a sight to see. And the history of this movie is so weird. Like that it was developed at Sony. They didn't know what to do with it. They were kind of going to dump it. And then Netflix was like, we'll buy it. And I mean, this could very well get a nomination and win for Best Animated Feature and Song.
I'm just loving the movie and the songs. That means so much to me and everyone in the film because we worked really hard. Yeah.
Also, Golden is getting so much awards buzz. If nominated for an Oscar, you would be only the second songwriter of Korean descent to be recognized by the Academy.
Wow, why does that matter? Yeah.
What does it mean to be considered for this to you?
Oh my god, I should learn more adjectives. Like insane, crazy, like surreal. It's just like, oh my god, it's like seriously a dream come true. Because as a Korean American woman, it's very rare to see. So I'm just really grateful that I'm able to be a part of this crazy cultural phenomenon. So
it's a full-on cultural phenomenon on the level of Frozen.
And it's right up there with Parasite, the other Korean movie.
Yeah. Well, yeah. But I mean, look, if you're a member of the channel, you can see the whole intro. She talks more and answers questions. Here's a quick look at what it's like to be in the theater during the sing-along.
Tell us more about that new single, Golden. It's the story of us.
It's a song about who we are and where we're going next. And the first live performance is tonight.
So people had their phones out, and to be honest, it wasn't annoying. I actually had a really good time. The kids had these light things, and they were singing and filming themselves in the screen. And you know what? That's
I mean, that's just it. They lifted the rule. I mean, it's a sing along, of course.
Like, you know what? Yeah. Sing along, have fun. If you want to post videos of yourself, go ahead. And you know what? When I was a kid, it was Rocky Horror and all that, Rocky Horror Picture Show.
And people came on stage. They they went up to the stage too.
We did worse things. We threw rice and toast and snuck in beers and all that. So,
but you did not sing along.
I did not sing at Rocky Horror.
Now, what is your father most known for?
My father's an award-winning singer in a barbershop quartet called the Vagabonds. The Vagabonds. He's at the barbershop museum in St. Louis.
And yet you did not sing.
I'm the one member of my family who has no talent whatsoever when it comes to my voice. But you know what? This movie is even better and more fun on the big screen. So strong recommend.
Yeah. I mean, I think Netflix has to give it a proper release if it wants that awards buzz.
Yeah. Hey, we have a special guest today to talk about a Kickstarter campaign that I'm emotionally involved in. I'm going to say, and they're down to the wire now because, to be honest, they may not make it. Let's be real. Not every Kickstarter succeeds. It looks like it's touch and go at this point. Let's talk to Bobby Schwartz from Dual Animal. Hey, man.
Hey.
Hey, Bobby.
How are you doing? Can you hear me okay? Is my mic working?
Yeah. I don't know.
Great.
You sound tinny. Is that what's going on?
Yeah.
Here?
It's the hangover, probably.
Yeah. Dude, okay. Before I share screen and show the video, tell me about this comic project. Yeah. I want everyone to know because it's down to the wire. I'm a backer, by the way. I am a proud backer, and I want to push it over the edge today.
Let's do it.
Less than a week. Tell us about it.
So we've got 7 days left. So the project is called Dual Animal Anthology. As you know, Chris, you have some friends that have also worked on this project.
Yes.
Walter and I, we co-produced Attack of the Dock with you. If anyone in the chat has seen that and is a fan of that, our production efforts continue in Dual Animal Anthology. It's an anthology comic. We've got buddy comedies, we've got horror, we've got dark fantasy, we've got sci-fi. There's a little bit of everything. A couple of friends of ours have compared it to Love, Death, and Robots in terms of the variety, not only in tone, but in art style. We've got some really, really amazing writers and artists working on this project. It's really awesome. We're so proud of it. Definitely, I guess you'll play the trailer in a second, Chris, but it's not just a comic. We also have a companion soundtrack that the composer of Attack of the Dock, Austin Smith, has put together. And like the comic, it is also a collaborative effort. There's some other artists that he brought into the fold to really breathe some life into some of the other songs, because a lot of us who've worked on this project also like listening to music while we read our comics. We'll throw on an Inception soundtrack or something, and we're like, what if we made it catered to the experience of reading the comic? So he's actually timed it to be read or listened to alongside the project. And we've got a lot of fun rewards. Our intention with this was to really let creators have the breathing room to tell the stories they want to tell. A lot of publishing companies really put the guardrails up, and even great writers, when they're not given creative freedom, it can feel really stunted. And as we know, looking at indie film, that's the place where you see the creators more, and their intent and their stories have more room to really fly. And it's been so fun. I mean, I'm an illustrator myself, but it's been such a gratifying experience seeing everybody's art come in, and I'm in love with it.
You're like the Swiss Army knife of creativity. Editor, like a filmmaker, graphic designer, illustrator. You are so, working on Attack of the Dock, there were struggles. There's struggles in anything, and then
as there is in any production.
Yeah, but we made the movie during the pandemic. Like, all that shit went down. Do you remember? Like, the first person we shot was in March 2020. We're like, oh, this is going to be great. We got our first interview in the can, and then things went
Little
south.
did we know. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think there's an argument to be made that we may have been the first COVID production at all, or maybe documentary at least, right? Because
there were
we had
others
to pivot and figure out a way to do it remote.
We're like, are we going to wait for years for this thing to blow over and then not make the movie, or figure a way to make the movie? And then we did figure a different way to do the film, and it was ended up being a really good creative choice. But look, back to this campaign.
We've got 1 week left. Actually, less than 6 days left to go.
6 days.
We're around 85% funded. We had, as you mentioned, Chris, there was the Kickstarter campaign alumni had called the Death Valley. We're in the middle. It's slowed down a little bit. But we're seeing an uptick. And the thing is, like, I'm so thrilled. A lot of small indie comics that come out of nowhere, which we effectively did, really like had a and we got some backers. Thank you. Alan.
Yes,
we appreciate the support. Thank you, buddy. So we sought a lot of advice from other great contemporaries in the indie comic space, and they've been incredibly helpful. And Chris, obviously, you've been super helpful as well, sharing your sage advice, and it's all been additive. And we talked to a lot of people who were like, hey, listen, I've done 10 Kickstarters over the last 8 years, and the first 2 didn't get funded, and we were only asking for like $1,000. The reason, just for potential backers, if you're curious, that we're asking for this price is because it's not just one comic. We're kickstarting 6 new number ones at the same time. And the intention is that these are ongoing series. You know, you'll see at the beginning of the trailer, there's a little bit of animated content. Our hope is to turn it into animated projects, short films, you know, more music, more comics. I mean, comics being the skeletal structure of our initiative, because we love comics, you know. It's an amazing medium, and yeah.
But you know, this is multimedia potential. Look, we can talk all day. I think let's watch the video.
Let's do it.
Might not watch all of it. We have another interview after. Let's
just give them a taste.
Here's a little taste. You can watch it. It's Kickstarter.com. Google, like, search in there, Dual Animal Anthology. We will put the link in the description. We'll share it in the comments. But let's see if you get some backers during the show. Let's watch this.
For each gardener, there is a universe. As well as the task of archiving its most curious stories. Why they chose me to be this universe's gardener remains one of the few things I cannot see.
In the fifth dimension, there are creatures called Zai, and they have eternal sight, eternal life, but they're missing something. They need stories, but they can't experience them. Their time is not linear. So they pick the world seeds and plant them in hyperdense dark matter. From those seeds, worlds are grown. And some of those worlds are the places that we explore in Dual Animal Anthology Volume 1.
Layer Squadron is a dystopian future of America where the world has been overrun with all of the monsters of myth.
And it follows a military group of soldiers who have the balls to go out there and fight the monsters.
Deep Space Top Off. It's about an interstellar gas station robbery. And something goes wrong. And it's quite fun.
Chuck and Mike, they're complete opposites. I'm trying to tell a story about friendship that I've never seen before. High fantasy, lots of sci-fi. These characters, they're accused of being the chosen ones. And it seems pretty unlikely, but that doesn't stop them from getting wrapped up in a lot of bullshit.
Honey Darling's Gardening Guide is about a young woman who inherits her late grandmother's home,
which also comes with a garden and a couple other dangerous pests. Again,
Wait, I gotta ask you. My daughter is a part of this project.
Yes,
she's in the video for 3 seconds. Fuck.
Yeah, what the hell?
What the hell, Bob?
I'm so sorry, Chris. Well,
I mean, do you want to get this thing funded or not?
Do you want to get the money or not, Bobby?
Oh no, this was a trap.
Anyway,
can I
watch
just
the whole video? Everyone go watch the whole video. And this is one of the best. Your assets for your campaign are some of the best. I contribute to comic campaigns all the time on Kickstarter. This artwork, the quality. What is this? Is this a gay leather jacket? What is this gay green leather jacket?
We couldn't believe it when that shot came back. We were like, oh my God, Walter, he's gorgeous.
He's expressing himself.
I saw in the chat somebody mentioned Mike. The green iguana from my story reminds them of Alan, and I just have to say, you know, I wrote it with Alan in mind. So if you want more Alan, maybe you should back the comic.
Yeah,
seriously, the quality of the assets, the campaign. I mean, I know, having worked with you, like when we work together, you're like, I don't want to do something good. I only want to do something great. You were just so like. The thing is, I feel the same way as you. And then there's deadlines. Which deadlines suck, but like I don't want to do stuff that's okay. It's like, no, quality.
Well, and that's one of the things that I learned from you, Chris, is that, like, you know, obviously we had to spend some time putting together the infrastructure. We built in what we've been calling the George Lucas deal for all of the creators. So it's not like all of this is just going to Dual Animal. You know, Dual Animal is making the money that 20th Century Fox did on the movie. But the truth is that more people want shirts and toys than who will ever read. And we want to build that too. And that all goes to the creators. So we really want to support our team and create a space that, like, for Haley and everybody else, they have the opportunity to work on this on an ongoing form. And in the interest of deadlines, we want the fans to be able to look forward to new volumes every year. So we're really excited to keep building this. And, like I said, there's a little bit of something for everybody. If anything you saw there, and please, I encourage everyone to check out the full trailer and just skim through some of the rewards. There's a little something for everybody. If you saw anything you like, we would really, really deeply appreciate your support. We're so close to the goal. And, and if no other reason, I'm considering now, after seeing the real outrage for not hearing you sing, Chris, I think we're going to make our first stretch goal releasing the K-pop Demon Hunters Chris Gore sing-along recording sessions.
That's going to happen.
Yeah.
It's going to happen.
Wow, you are desperate.
Yeah.
So look, I want to see this thing obviously succeed. I'm refreshing. We need more backers, folks. So if you're a fan of comics and creativity here, back this campaign. My daughter is involved. She's a writer of one of the stories and want to see this thing get over the finish line. You're going to get a lot of people. I do this. I'm guilty of this. On Kickstarter, they have a thing that is you can click that's like, remind me. With 48 hours to go, remind me. Now, a lot of people click that because they're like, I get paid next week or whatever. I get the notification and I'm like, oh, my last chance.
Yes.
The last 48 hours is your push.
Yes.
So push.
And we have seen on the backer kit that we've got tons of followers who haven't backed yet, who are waiting for that last 48-hour notification.
Yep.
So and as you know, Chris, with my delivery on certain deadlines, sometimes the best stuff comes in the 11th hour. So
exactly.
If you're waiting for your paycheck, we'll certainly appreciate it, and we want to give everybody like the coolest, most kick-ass experience with this comic and all of the rewards that we possibly can. So your support means everything. And just to speak a little bit to Haley's story, really one of the ones that I think across the board has shocked everybody with how really amazing it is. It presents itself as, and I don't want to give too much away, but it presents itself as something and it twists into something bigger, and it's so amazing. Nick Gramling, who did the artwork, is incredible, and he's done some amazing stuff, and they've worked together so well, and they're really excited to do more. So we're just
up, Bobby.
So excited.
There you go.
Yeah.
Oh yes, hell yeah. Okay, and
Let's go.
Let's end on this because we're doing another interview right after this. But I'll just say this: Kickstarter campaigns suck. They are hard. I told you. I think one of the things I told you was it's like asking someone, how much money do you love me? How much money do you love me?
Yeah.
And the thing that works the most, you can post on social media all day. It's noise.
Yes.
Directly asking people, please give to this campaign. Please, my daughter is involved. You've supported Film Thread and projects I've done. You've supported projects Bobby has been involved with. Bobby, producer and editor of Attack of the Dock, and brought in Austin to do the score for Attack of the Dock. Like, so many creative elements made that. I'm really proud of that movie. Please help my friend and my daughter get this project past the finish line. They've got 6 days left. So it's my appeal to you. You will not be disappointed. Bobby will deliver something. He will over deliver in terms of quality. So
yes. It's a problem I continue to have, and I'm not going to stop now.
But everybody has that issue of how much money do you love me? That's a crowdfunding campaign.
Yeah. You'll end up having conversations with, a family member, an aunt who has been so supportive. And then you basically have to do a version of how much money do you love me? And then you find out, oh, my aunt loves me $10. Cool.
Right. You'll get that crisp $5 bill for your birthday.
And by the way,
from your aunt.
just to be honest, really everything counts. I mean, we put in a dollar tier because we know that like sometimes times are tough. Like we just want everybody to get a little piece of it. You know, anything you can. If you see something you like, it would really mean a lot to us. And like Chris said, you know, we looked at a lot of other comic book campaigns over the years, and you know, like, I mean, even just to speak to the trailer, I would see things that in concept were really great, but then you watch the trailer, you're like, this kind of sucks. Like, could we do something better? And this team has proving to me that, like, yeah, I think we can. So I'm really proud. And thank you to your audience. Thank you, Paul. Love you, bud. I'm so grateful. Thank you, Chris, for you know, giving some time to this.
All right, you haven't won an award just yet, though. Just you don't need to thank everybody.
I celebrate every day.
I just pledged for your thing. Where's my?
Yeah. All right,
Alan, I'm on my way to your house right now.
Okay.
We got to wrap up. We have another interview here, but Bobby, thanks. Well, let's see if you're available next week to close out the campaign. One last thought. Yeah.
One last thought has nothing to do with the comic, and you probably have talked about it on the show already. But just real quick, like one sentence reviews from both of you guys on the beginning of Alien Earth. Have you guys already discussed that? I know you guys both love Alien. What are your thoughts?
I just saw the third episode. It was better.
Okay, so it gets better. I've only seen the first two, and I'm like, okay.
The third episode gets better. I like the I like the concept.
Okay.
The alien might be
it's
the
not my
least
thing. I'm
interesting
not.
part, but
Okay, and Alan's totally.
I wish it was scarier.
Alan's not into it. But hey,
okay,
Bobby, thanks for hanging out.
Thank you,
I
guys.
know you, and we'll talk to you next week. And congratulations. Let's get it over the finish line. Dual Animal Anthology on Kickstarter now. Check it out. Bobby, we'll talk to you soon.
Later, guys.
Take
Have a
care.
great show.
Have fun.
Bye.
Later. All right. That's great. Hey, guess what? This show, we do a lot on this show. One of my favorite things is to talk to indie filmmakers. Directors tell us about their movies. Let's talk to What We Hide director Dan Kay. He's here being very patient. I think he's on Kickstarter now. He's being very patient. Let's talk to him about his new movie. Hey, Dan. Thanks for joining us.
Chris, how are you? Alan, how you doing? Nice to meet you guys.
Good.
Yeah, good to meet you.
Nice to meet
Hey, being patient there, watching us do this sales pitch.
Being a filmmaker, you have to learn patience. It's part of the job description, because if you're not patient, you'll pull your hair out. As you see, I've already pulled out most of the hair that's here. So I'm well practiced in patience.
But you know, money is such a big, we were talking about money. Money is such a big part of the equation for being an indie filmmaker in particular. Like in a crowdfunding campaign, it's like asking your friends, how much money do you love me? And for filmmakers, it's how much, you know, a lot of things is like, how much money do you need for your movie? Well, how much do you have? You know,
Right,
what's,
for
you know,
sure.
what do you do when confronted with that question of money for a film?
Well, money is, of course, everything when you try to make a film, and every little bit counts. Every penny counts. So it really just depends on the project. With What We Hide, this movie, I couldn't make this movie on a micro budget. I couldn't do this for $100K. There was too many things that I wanted to do to tell the story the right way. I needed a bit more than maxing out the credit cards would allow. So we were very fortunate. We got the script to producer Joe Restaino at Hungry Bull Productions, who also then got the script to our other lead producer Jeff Hoffman at Above the Clouds, and those our producers were able to put the funds together for us to make the movie the way we needed to, the way I wanted to. Like I said, it was not something I felt I could do on a micro budget, and fortunately we with Joe and Jeff's help, we were able to make the movie the way we wanted to, and the way the movie we felt deserved to be made.
So it's not micro budget, but it's not Superman budget either.
No,
like
I was gonna say it depends on it might depends on your definition, I guess. For me, a micro budget sort of implies like 100K, just pull it up by your bootstraps kind of thing.
Right.
This was not a big budget though. No, you're right. It was more than 100K, but it was not Superman. It was not Superman money or anywhere near it. You have to be judicious, and you have to be smart, and you have to be prepared. And we were all of those things. We only had, our initial schedule was 21 days. And when I got to when we started pre-production, I went to Florida where we shot the movie, and just realized very early on that I can't even do this unless I figure out a way to consolidate locations. And that was a big way to save money. Location consolidation. So we have a number of locations in the film, and I've just figured out a way to turn a location next door. Oh, you know what? That's the rectory of a church next door, but I can turn that into a bus depot. Or I shouldn't say I should give the credit to my amazing production designer, but we would do stuff like that. So we would try to stay as local as possible and try to limit the amount of company moves by utilizing and turning nearby locations into something that they weren't. For example, there was a high school that we turned into a hospital. Just doing things like that, and also being really judicious with my approach to the script, and making sure that there's just nothing extraneous in there, and doing a lot of cutting as we got closer to shooting, and really just paring down and making sure that we're cutting it down to its essentials, so that we maximize the most out of our 21 days. And of course, I shouldn't say of course, but we were shooting in Florida during hurricane and lightning season. So of course we ended up having significant production delays with massive rainstorms, lightning storms, and then Hurricane Ian shutting us down for about a week. So we had to deal with a lot, which on an independent film, when you have limited resources, is super challenging.
Let's take a look at the trailer, and then we've got like 1,500 people watching live. We'll go to the questions that we have queued up already for you from our audience questions. But let's take a look at the trailer so people can get a taste of this movie. Here it is. Here we go.
I love you, Mama.
Jesse, anyone finds out she's dead, they're going to separate us.
This is Child Services. How would you say your mom's doing?
Now on, we lock the door when we leave the house. Nothing to nobody. I need to hear you say it.
Nothing to nobody. How long do you think we can keep this up, Spy?
Hello, girls. Your mama has not called me.
As long as we have to. We just got to keep doing what we're doing.
Spider, maybe we should just tell someone. I mean, ain't you tired of this?
That's the last thing we need right now. There's somebody else poking around in our business.
Hey, Jace. You home? Whatever troubles you got, I want that extra $200 every month. You understand me? You understand me, girl?
Yes, yes.
It's a lot worse out there. Seems like every day there's more and more overdoses, and kids are being left without their parents.
Could you come to the door, please?
They're going to separate us. What are you going to do? I ain't going to let them take us away. I'll die before I let them break us up.
I ain't done with you, Spider.
You did what you had to. Nothing wrong with it.
I love you. Love you too.
It's like Weekend at Bernie's for kids.
Yeah, exactly, but funnier.
Yeah.
Wow, that looks really amazing. Let's go to comments here. We have a lot of comments about and questions from our audience. They love to talk to indie filmmakers. Let's go. Here we go. Alan,
yes. Saint Solomon asks, "Greetings, Sir Daniel. What were Were there any challenges on set? And if so, how did you resolve it?
I'm only chuckling because challenges, there are about a million challenges a day. I would guess there are a million challenges a day on any size budget. But we had like I was alluding to earlier, we had significant weather issues.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
That were constantly shutting us down, and the way we solved it. So what happened was, our first day, the first scene we were shooting, it started to rain, and we had to shut down for a little while. By the end of that first day, we were about a half day behind. By the end of the third day, we were about a day and a half behind. And so what I had to do, along with my cinematographer, was slash our shot list, because there were scenes that we had to shoot that were we didn't get to shoot on these days where we had these weather delays. So we had to make up scenes at the end of subsequent shooting days by just saying, okay, we're going to scrap the coverage and we're just going to get this in a single shot, or maybe we can do 2 shots. So there were a number of times where I had, I don't know, 5, 6, 7 shots that I wanted for a scene, but what became more important was that we actually get the scene, that we actually shoot the scene. So that meant, okay, I might just have to get this scene in 1 or 2 shots. So that was the biggest challenge, I think. And there were a lot, but that was one of the biggest things that I had to overcome more or less on the fly, was really paring down my initial shooting plan for the film, just to make sure we got every scene. Because my mantra became, just get the scene. Just make sure I get the scene, because I was blessed with 2 phenomenally talented young ladies in the leads. And I just felt like, all right, even if we just have to get this in a master, maybe a medium, their performances will convey what I need. And I might not get the close-ups that I wanted, but that will be okay. And that was, I think, of all the challenges that I had to overcome, that's one certainly that is top of mind.
Question here broken in 2 parts, but go ahead, Alan.
Okay. Dacre Montgomery has been incredibly selective about which projects he wants to tackle post his Stranger Things success. How did he come to get involved in the project, and what was it about your screenplay that made him the right choice for the role of Reese?
Well, it's a great question. It's just one of those things. We just got really lucky with Dacre. Funny enough, Reese, of the major characters, the character that Dacre plays, Reese, who is this menacing threat to our 2 young sisters, he was the last role that was cast. I was actually already in Florida prepping the film, and he was the only role we hadn't cast. And our wonderful casting director, Jessica Kelly, we were on a call and we were talking about the character, and she had suggested that I take a look at Dacre for the part. Obviously, I knew Dacre from Stranger Things. I thought that was a brilliant idea. I think they immediately got him the script, and the next day I was chatting with him, and hours after that he was signed on. Dacre is the sweetest guy, just absolutely the nicest guy. He's nothing like some of the characters you see him play. But in watching Stranger Things and being a fan of that show, it was clear to me that he had the edge and the unpredictability, the potential for violence that I wanted this character Reese to convey, just in his mannerisms and just in a look that he could give. So he was just perfect. We were so grateful that he agreed to play the part.
Another question here.
Let's see, AD Ellis 24 on your IMDb. There's an upcoming writing credit entitled "The Luckiest Man on the Face of the Earth." Is this the screenplay about the life of Lou Gehrig? And if so, how was the process of writing that?
Yes, that is a screenplay about the life of Lou Gehrig. Wow. I'm an immensely lucky in this sense. I'm a huge Yankee fan. I grew up about 15 minutes from Yankee Stadium. I would go to about 20 Yankee games a year as a kid. And this project came across my desk a little while ago. It's based on a best-selling biography of Lou Gehrig by Jonathan Eig, who just won a Pulitzer Prize for his Martin Luther King biography. And it was just a dream. I got to go to the Hall of Fame to do research for it. I got to go to George Steinbrenner Field in Tampa Bay, where there's a lot of Yankee memorabilia, and I also got to visit sort of behind the scenes at Yankee Stadium, and also got my hands on a lot of memorabilia like Babe Ruth's bat, Lou Gehrig's hat. It was just a really cool project to be part of.
Nice.
And let's see. Here we go. More questions.
Ulf asks, how did you attach McKenna Grace? Was she part of the pre-sale package?
Well, I'll take the second part of that first. No, we were financed prior to McKenna being attached. The financing again came on through our producers at Hungry Bull and Above the Clouds. So we were financed, and McKenna's attachment was also kind of just one of those lucky breaks. We as a little side story, when we were interviewing casting directors, before we hired our casting director, each casting director, I think we met with 4, and each one of them, sometime during the meeting, I would ask, do anyone top of mind you think would be right for the lead Spider? And every one of them, the top of their list was McKenna Grace. When we hired our casting director and we were down the road with casting, McKenna was not available. So we moved on to look at some other very talented young actresses. We did some very intense callbacks with, I think, 5 or 6 of them. And we were about a day, I think, away from casting someone else who was terrific. But we then got a call that McKenna's schedule had freed up, a movie she was supposed to do. I think it fell through. And the next day I had this epic lunch with her. I think it lasted like 4 hours. And I just felt intuitively, oh, she is just perfect for this part. And she's so immensely talented. We were lucky that the timing worked out. So that's how McKenna came to us.
Let's see. More questions.
All right, from Kenneth Marchand. Which part was the hardest, writing the script or filming on real location?
Great question. Every part of the process, right? The writing of the script, then once you're lucky enough to be funded, then the planning out how you're going to shoot the movie, the whole pre-production process, then the production process, and then of course the post-production process. Each phase has its own set of challenges. But as far I love it all. I love the writing of the script was something. This is a story that's very personal to me. It's, as you guys probably saw from the trailer, it's a story about 2 sisters who are opioid orphans. At the start of the movie, they discover their mother dead of an overdose, and they decide to conceal the body because they don't want it to be discovered that mom's dead, because they are afraid that if it is discovered that they'll be separated by the foster care system, which is so overburdened that it has no choice often but to separate siblings when they go into foster care. So they're doing everything they can in their power to make sure that nobody finds out that mom is dead. And it's a personal story because addiction, when I was writing this and when I was sharing the script with people, and now on the journey of now getting the movie out there, addiction just touches every family. It really seems to affect everybody. It is such a universal issue, and I was just so passionate about the issue that I loved writing the script. I got to travel to West Virginia, Ohio, and Kentucky, which is that Rust Belt part of the country that was deeply, deeply hit by the opioid crisis. And I got to do ride-alongs with sheriffs who were telling me about their experiences dealing with their communities that have been ravaged by opioid addiction. I got to meet with families that have been impacted. I got to do a round table with caseworkers who are over just absolutely. It was like 10 women sitting around a round table, and they are all women in these jobs, who have just these overwhelming caseloads dealing with children whose parents are either dead from an overdose or incapacitated because of drug addiction. The research process was just so deeply moving and fascinating that the script it kind of just poured out of me after that. After getting to do that research, that it's something I'll never forget. The writing of the script for sure, but the whole process was just getting to write it, shoot it, and now getting to that it's finally coming out in theaters and on VOD. It's the whole thing is very exciting.
A few more questions as we wrap up.
All right, Matthew Hammond, is this "Don't Tell Mom the Babysitter's Dead" as a thriller? I think my joke is better.
No, it is not.
Doesn't seem like a
Yeah, we got the real inspiration, but I'm sure that was close. Close second. Uncle Jimmy Jam, damn, that looks good. Where can we see this?
So it's opening in select theaters today. We're in LA. We're opening in Brooklyn. We're opening today in Dallas, Houston. I might be forgetting one or two, but we are, and we're also opening in Florida next week. I think Tampa, Sarasota, Miami. Some others that I might be forgetting, but it is available on VOD beginning next Friday, August 29th. So you can rent it or buy it anywhere you go to rent or buy movies, Apple, Amazon, Fandango, anywhere. It will be available to everybody beginning next Friday, August 29th.
Well, Dan, thank you so much for joining us today, telling us about your film. I mean, it's a very serious topic. I'm glad it's getting more attention through your story. So congrats and wish you luck with the success of the film.
I appreciate that, Chris, Alan. Thank you guys for your time, and I thank you for giving me the platform to talk about it. I appreciate it.
All right. Take care. Congrats.
All right. See you guys.
Well, there you are. What a full day of a show today.
Yeah.
We talked about news. We talked about Cracker Barrel.
Talked about boobs.
We talked boobs. You know what didn't even come up? Sydney Sweeney. This is a rare.
It's a slow week. Yeah.
No, it was not a slow week. It's not a slow week. Just Sydney Sweeney didn't come up. So there you go. What do you got coming up this weekend, Alan?
Let's see. I will actually be at the Frida Cinema this week watching a Western.
What's that?
There's a Western my daughter and I are planning to watch, a John Wayne. I forget the name of it, but
I'm going to put this up. I'm going to put this video up while we're wrapping the show up. We got a couple more chat comments and questions.
Oh yeah.
So let's end with those, but I'm going to put this up on screen while we end the show.
You gotta turn that down.
What? You have
to
talk a little louder. What are you saying? Turn it down?
Yeah, turn it down.
All right, I'll turn it down. Hey, this film threat. We're ending the show. Let's go to our final look.
Oh. All right, from the Garth Knight Returns. Question: Can I contact with some questions about launching a Kickstarter comic project of my own? I have a project I've been working on that. It's time to launch. Don't you have a document about that?
There's a crowdfunding document I can send you that might help. But when it comes to comic book campaigns, just make it cool and have lots of extras. I would contribute to Dual Animal and ask Bobby. You can message them. But his is one of the best I've seen. Is it too loud now?
No, but it does interfere sometimes with when we're talking. No.
It does?
It does, yeah.
A little?
Yeah.
This is like the lowest I can get it.
Okay.
But yeah, Garth Knight returns. Go to filmthreat.com/contact.
From Danny Kitch for $9.99. Did I miss nudist pastor movie trailer reaction? Yeet. Watching now, says Tim. Oh, Tim Chismar. Whee!
We did it at the very beginning of the show. Just rewind 2 hours.
Yeah.
And thank you. That was very fun. I think Alan liked that. And also thanks to our mod, Lord Thoth. We appreciate you. And we appreciate everyone who sent in a soup, helped us out today. It's Atomic Lori, Glenuccio, even Alan. This weekend, I will be at the Hollywood Bowl. I'm seeing Maestro of the Movies, John Williams. He plays tracks from his famous film scores and shows montage of scenes. I'm seeing it at the Hollywood Bowl.
So he's going to be there.
He usually comes by to say hi.
Okay.
He doesn't do the whole show.
And when you say play tracks, they're going to perform tracks.
They're going to perform. It's the LA Philharmonic.
Okay. Just want to make sure.
Yes, I've gone to this several times. It's very fun.
I've actually seen him there.
Yes, well, he should be there. He usually puts in an appearance. So that's well, there you go. That's gonna wrap it up for us. Alan, what do you have coming up this weekend? Other than it's 100 freaking degrees in Pasadena. I hate this hot weather.
Yeah, like I said, I'll be at the Frida Cinema on tomorrow to see whatever Western they're showing.
I'm going to be anywhere where there's air conditioning, although I have a complaint. Yesterday, when I saw Honey Don't at the AMC Burbank, it was freezing in the theater. Just because it's 100 degrees outside doesn't mean it needs to be 55 in the theater. I mean, people were cold. It was weird.
Yeah, well, I'm sure it helped with the massive amount of boobs you saw in that movie. So
it did not. All right, that's it for us. So we will see you on Monday with Versus. I'll be in Atlanta next week. And Alan, do you have anything to say?
Yeah, let's get out of here.